We're headed to a church tag sale in Haddam, Connecticut. I went to this sale last year and it was full of vintage and antique finds. Let's hope it's just as good this year. It looks like we're in the right place. I can't wait to get inside and see what they have. It's definitely a good sign that the shelves are so stocked full of interesting things, including tons of glassware. I'm seeing all different shapes and sizes and kinds. And I'm getting just a general lay of the land here. These are very pretty, 6 for $15. And the ones above it are really pretty. These plates are gorgeous, 16 plates for $35, and these are Noritake. I once sold a set very similar to this. And there's lots of plates in this rack. Let's see this red and white one a little better. No maker mark on that. These are really pretty. Treasure chest, they're called. 80 pieces for $90. It's hard to know how to focus here. Limoges service for 8 plus, 65 pieces, $90. This is a gorgeous pattern. It's so classic. It's called the Monaco. Very nice. I like this glassware with like this swag effect. $45 for this set. It's very pretty. There's a bit of cut glass here, but they're definitely wanting high prices for some of the better pieces. I love the way it kind of shines. Oh, knife rest. Love those. So much to take in. This piece is such an interesting shape. I wonder what it was supposed to be used for back in the day. I wonder if it's for a floral arrangement or if it's to hold a certain kind of dish. I'm intrigued. Let me know if you know what this is for. Here's another pretty set of dishes. This is made in Japan, I think. They're really pretty. I love the way all of these compotes look. They make wonderful centerpieces. This is such a pretty plate, $8. This is Spode. I can't do it at $8, but it's still nice to see it. Here's another beautiful piece of red and white china. This one is also $8. Mason's Vista, England. It's so pretty. I love the handles on this. The colors are really deep and rich. These plates are so beautiful. 5 dinner plates for $40. There's no way I'm going to do that, but I love the blue and white. These were made in Denmark. I really like them. There's a lot of pieces here too. These are lovely as well. I don't know if this is Majolica. I think this says made in Germany. The colors are so pretty. This is a cute little stack of flow blue and white. 6 for $60. Wow, this really looks like an old guy. There's lots of crazing on this, and I can't quite read the back stamp, but they are beautiful. I'm just checking out this covered bowl. I love the bird design on this. This was made in France. And it's just really pretty. I guess a useful serving piece and a pretty decorative piece. $15 for this. There's a whole stack of toll trays here, so I want to check those out more carefully. I know there's a lot of toll tray fans watching. I know that from the comments, and I'm certainly a big fan myself. I'm seeing some good pieces. Now I'm in the book room. This room is very organized. There's also CDs, DVDs, games, and a few toys in this space. This is interesting. There's lots of old utensils here, old kitchen gadgets. I love the painted handles. The green ones are really good and the red ones are really good. And I'd love to pick up some of these for my kitchen Christmas tree, which I have every year. However, these prices are a little high, so I'm just kind of thinking about it. It's a beautiful Victorian dresser. There's a lot of really nice kind of stately furniture here. I think people really donate some high quality items. It feels more like an antique store than the inside of a church right now, that's for sure. This is such a pretty statue. It has kind of an Art Nouveau look to it, $35 on that. Little garden stool, an Empire side table, and a very pretty lamp. I like the shade especially. $30 for this. And a very pretty mirror. I like the top detail on that. Here's another great lamp in pewter, and I love this box. There's a lot of really nice colored glass. I think that's a rose bowl, if I'm not mistaken. I love the colors on that, and it looks so pretty with the cobalt blue. And now I'm in the art section, as you can see. There are so many pretty bits of wall art in this section. Prices are a little high, but I don't want to miss anything, so I'm definitely taking my time to check out everything. I think $30 is a little more than I'm going to pay for this, but I love this embroidered piece. This is another gorgeous embroidered wall art piece, and it is humongous. I can't believe how many stitches are on this thing. Somebody spent hours and hours doing this. These are beautiful. There's a pair of them, $25 each. I love the round frame. I just can't think of like the perfect spot for them. So I think for that reason, I'm going to leave them here, but I think they are really, really beautiful. There's some other really pretty paintings here. Some of them are very nicely done. Some of them are a little bit more amateurish. So there's definitely a range. I think that's a Renoir, if I'm not mistaken. I like the frame on that. This is really beautiful. It's not like a real painting. It's like a faux painting on board. It's $40. It is ginormous. And I really like the subject matter. It's so well done. I'm just taking it all in. Again, I don't have a great spot for this in my own house. And at $40, I can't pick it up to resell it. So instead, I'm just enjoying looking at it. I love the clouds especially. We're back outside. There are a number of tents and other little outbuildings to check out. Everything's kind of organized by category. The best stuff really was in the church building, but there are still some interesting things to see inside these tents. So lots of furniture in here, as you can see. Magazine rack is kind of cool, and so is this one with a tassel effect for only $8. I'm not sure if that one's for magazines or if that one's for wood. And an old rusty crate. Eric has a few of these in the barn. This is $10, so prices seem better out here. You've got lots of bits and pieces, some tools mixed in with other things. Kind of interesting chairs. This is a great old crate. $10 on that. Malmsey. I guess that was some kind of wine, right? Just making my way through, making sure I don't miss anything. Nice fireplace tools. We've got some excellent baskets. I'm trying so hard not to pick up baskets. I have such a weakness for them. There's some pretty ones here. I like this picnic basket in particular. Oh, and the one underneath it is also really pretty. $15. It has that sort of interesting floral decorated top. Whole pile of baskets in this bin. This mirror is kind of interesting. I like the black detail. It has a little bit of a Hitchcock look. Let's see, $55. So I'm going to dub this the Eric table. If Eric were with me, he would definitely want to spend a lot of time checking out all of the cool vintage tools on this table. I really don't know what most of them do. And of course, I'm making a mess and trying not to drop things so I can get a better look at this one. I see this kind of drill sort of thing around. I think it has a great look. Just like lots of clamps and other interesting tools. And some more over here on this table. I would love to find an axe head that is stamped with Collinsville Axe Company. I forget the exact name, but it's made by Collinsville. They go for quite a bit of money, but if I found one, I would definitely keep it for myself. I'm not seeing anything spectacular, are you? I hope I'm not missing anything that has like super value or is really collectible. This is just not my area of expertise. $12 for this planer. This is the last little tool section, and even though I don't really know what I'm looking at when I look at things like this, I still want to check them out just in case there seems like anything that Eric might want to see. If I ever see anything good while I'm out and about, I will send him a picture and see if he's interested. Nice old toolbox. We're in an outbuilding right now. Nice Empire dresser. $125 for this. It includes the mirror. It's a really beautiful mirror. And this is an interesting piece. This is like a dry sink that's been converted with an attached mirror. $150. We've got a great old typewriter. These things always weigh 10 million pounds. I have a few of these myself. And here we have a National Register. This one's got a fun vintage look. $60 for that. This is so funny, casino money. So this is supposed to be so somebody can save their pennies and then go to the casino and blow them. Doesn't look that old, but it is kind of fun. This table is so interesting. It's like upholstered, $35. I would immediately spill something all over that. I know myself too well to have an upholstered table. It has a little wastebasket and a throw pillow that all go with it. It's interesting. Definitely seems vulnerable to damage. Here's a better look at that sink and mirror piece that I showed you earlier. It's really fabulous. I like the details on this Victorian chair, but the upholstery is pretty rough. Let's get a better look. Yep, it's pretty faded, but still has a great shape. And that Empire dresser's fabulous, and I love the wood-burning stove. All right, we're just about wrapping up. We've got one more tent to go through, and then we're gonna head home. This is a pretty rug. I like the colors on that. We have a bird bath for $85. And a variety of garden tools, shovels, rakes, the usual suspects. This is a really pretty planter. I don't feel like paying $20 for it, but I think it has a nice design. My brother Bruce always uses these when he has outdoor parties. He uses them as like a cooler to store drinks and things, and it just kind of has a really fun look. This one is $12. We're inside the tent now, and these are just lots of little bits and pieces. This shred-o-mat is interesting only because it comes with what I assume was its original little cookbook or little brochure that gives you recipe ideas. Ham cabbage casserole sounds really disturbing to me. They have lots of things that was 1950 Missouri. Lots of little recipes. Shredded buttered beets also sounds very bad to me. I have this little Tupperware container. They only want $3 for this. And there's a julienne machine. Looks like you could cut your fingers off with that. Lots of glassware on this table. And we've got some canning jars. Canning jars are so excellent for storing so many different things, even if you're not someone who does canning. Got a little box of candles and candle-related paraphernalia. And I see some Easter stuff. This teapot's really cute with the bunny for $10. But this was made in China, so I'm gonna leave it here. All right, I think we're wrapping up and it's really time to hit the road. That was time well spent. I did pick up quite a few things, but I am already looking forward to going back next weekend when everything is half price. That's when I'll probably be able to pick up a lot of things for resale. But regardless, it was a really fun time. I went to such an amazing church tag sale in Haddam this morning. Oh my goodness, it was filled with beautiful things. So today was the first day of a tag sale that was going on for 2 weekends in a row. So this weekend prices are on the higher side, and then next weekend everything will be half off that's left over. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair for churches to make as much money as they can in the start, and then, you know, whatever's left over is half off and people can snap up some bargains. I will definitely be going next weekend as well, because mostly I couldn't even touch like the china and glassware and a lot of the stuff that usually really draws me in. It was just too high to pick up for resale. And there wasn't really anything that I wanted for myself, or at least nothing that was tempting at the price points that were there. I think next weekend will be the time to go. But that doesn't mean I wasn't thrilled to go today, and I love what I got. So after I stop doing a little snuggle time with this guy, I'm going to show you my haul. I'll be right back. Somebody does not want to get off my lap. Somebody who we shall not name, who is shedding up a storm. It is really pretty warm today. I guess tomorrow is supposed to rain like crazy. So I think I was out and about on the right day. So let me show you my finds. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna start with this beautiful toll tray that I thought was especially well done. I pass up toll trays quite often when they're like the standard painted patterns you see all the time, or when they have a lot of damage on them. But I thought this design was super unique, and I loved the details around the rims and the shape of it. It was all working for me, and Indy really liked it too. So if we're both happy, you can't get better than that. That's my feeling. You really do like it, don't you? Sticking with the tollware theme, I picked up this fabulous tray. I love this. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to let this one go because I think it's really unique. I love the colors, I love the subject matter, I love the orientation. It's signed, so I think I'm probably gonna hold on to this one. I love the little dog, so cute. Here's the back. This next piece makes me think of tollware, but it isn't. So I thought this bouquet of flowers was gorgeous, and I love the painted black frame. I think it's so, so pretty. Very cottagecore, countrycore, grannycore. We've got a butterfly. I think this one is ticking all of the boxes, so I was really happy to find it. I put the toll tray here on the bay window because I thought the colors really popped against the white trim. I think this is such a nice one, and I think it looks nice with my toll painted planter, which is right next to it, followed by the beautiful bouquet picture in the black and gold frame. I think they make a really nice grouping, and I think it goes to show that you don't always have to hang things on the wall. Sometimes they look nice propped up or in other unexpected places for a touch of color. I think this tray looks really sweet in the kitchen. I think the colors are really good here. This is just a tiny little corner, and I think this corner is so much more interesting for having this subject matter. I didn't notice before that the date says 1983, but I think this one is a lot of fun and makes me smile every time I pass it by. I bought this little collection of theorem paintings in kind of a chunky, rustic looking frame. I love the strawberries, of course. I thought these were so sweet and would look beautiful grouped together as part of a gallery wall, especially in somebody's kitchen or dining room. Honestly, they could look lovely anywhere, but I thought the price was right, and so I grabbed them. And then moving Indy's tail, I thought these were lovely as well. I think these are also actually theorems, even though they're not fruit themed the way you would expect them to be. It's this little girl and boy. Let me turn them so they're facing each other. All of these frames really need a little bit of feed and wax, so I'll use that and they'll look so much brighter. But I thought these were super sweet, and I do plan, I believe, to sell all of these. Last little bits of artwork that I'm going to show you while we're on the table are these little guys. I love how tiny they are. I like the hanger on them. And again, just so cute for a little space that needs a pop of color and a little bit of cheer. I think these have a nice handmade look. Here's the back and this side. So I do think these were handmade, although there is no signature to prove it. So cute, right? I hung these two theorem prints here in the dining room just to show you, but in doing so, I noticed that the colors are really good, and I love that this one's signed. So I think I'm actually going to hold on to these for a while. Maybe I'll sell them at some point, but for right now, I'm going to enjoy them in my dining room. I just popped these pretty fruit paintings on my Port Merion china cabinet. I like how you can just hang them over knobs like this instead of having to put nails in the wall, just for something a little bit different if you want. And I think they have a lot of great color. I need to do a little bit of repair work to these frames. They are super dry and they have some scratches and things on them. And I think they can look so much better with a little bit of feed and wax. This is such a quick project. So I'm gonna just take a clean cloth. I'm gonna put some feed and wax on the cloth. And then I'm just gonna carefully work it into the frame. And I say carefully just because I don't wanna put so much that it might bleed under the glass and damage the theorem print. So I'm going to do this for each of the 3 frames, and afterwards, after they dry for about an hour or so, they'll be ready to just buff out and they'll be good to go. Here's the final result. I put this one right here by my kitchen shelves, and I think it looks much better. All of those little scratch marks are gone and it has much better shine, although it's not showing in this light so well. I think you can see this one better. This one has a lot better shine to it. The condition of the frame is nicer. It has a nice little subtle glow like old wood should have. There's another theorem print that I want to show you. This one is really like the kind of traditional theorem look. that we're used to. I love theorems. I think they are so classic and so beautiful. And this one's a really nice one. I like the frame on this as well. And as I said before, kind of this fruit basket kind of scene is very typical of theorem painting. So I thought this was a really nice find. I put this theorem right under my kitchen shelves, and I think it looks nice with all of the mixing bowls and all of the other vintage kitchen items that I have on display here. As I mentioned, I really wasn't able to pick up a lot of like porcelain and glassware because the prices were just mostly too high for resale. There were some Delft plates that were killing me. Oh my gosh. I wanted to buy them so badly, but there was just no profit to be had at the price point they were charging. And as much as I love them, the last thing I need in my life is more china or dinnerware. I think it's fair to say I'm pretty full up with the patterns I've already got going on. So I didn't buy them, but they were good. Anyway, I did find this cute little stash of Limoges dessert plates that I thought were super sweet. There's 5 of them. I can count and everything. I love the pink flowers on these. I think they're so lovely. Here is the back stamp. It says, C. Ehrenfeld Limoges for Dempsey Brothers, Newark, New Jersey. So this was commissioned for a department store here in the US, but made in France. I thought these were a nice find. I'm not gonna fully set this table because I'm in the middle of like 10 different kinds of messes, but I wanted to show you how pretty these plates look when they're all laid out together, especially on this beautiful tablecloth that was a gift last year from Susan, who's a viewer of this channel. I love this tablecloth. Doesn't it look pretty with the plates on top? So I think these were a really nice little pickup. I loved this little basket. I love the cutout detail. What is that called? I just want to call it perforation, but I think it's called articulated. I'm not sure, I'm gonna have to look it up. But I love this sort of cutout design and the handles, and I love the floral pattern right in the center. I think that is so pretty. This is by Royal Danube, not a company I'm familiar with, but I just thought for springtime decor, this is a real beauty. I think this basket looks really pretty on this side table in the library. I think it has such a nice spring design. Doesn't that look pretty? Actually, it would look pretty in a lot of places, and this design makes me think of like a Dresden porcelain bowl. I might end up keeping this, I think. This next piece I am definitely keeping. I am obsessed with it. So it is this awesome painted box. It has this great kind of Indian theme. I don't know if it was made in India or not, but I loved all of the details on this. The colors are so rich and beautiful. It has a nice little metal latch. You open it up and here's the inside. And the bottom is just plain wood. I paid $20 for this. And yes, I just absolutely love this. So this might be one of my favorite finds of the day. And I was just really impressed with all of the detail. So glad to find this. This box looks nice in so many different locations, but for right now, I have it on the built-in bookshelves in the library, and I think it looks really, really pretty there. Indy likes it too. Oh my goodness. I picked up a stack of placemats that I thought were so cute. I will be selling these, even though of course they tempt me. I have Port Marion ones that I use every day. But these are lovely. Aren't they such a great pattern and really nice colors? They have such a pretty vintagey look. They are so great. So there's 4 of these. They're all in really nice condition. And I will be selling these probably on eBay. Whatever I end up not listing on eBay will probably go to my booth space at Quality Consignment in Colchester, Connecticut. But as always, if there's anything here that I didn't say that I was gonna keep that you don't find on eBay and you're interested in it, just send me an email. I'm always happy to work something out. My email's always included in the description of my videos, so hopefully you'll have no trouble finding me. This placemat looks so pretty just on the kitchen table as a placemat, as it's designed to be. But I wanted to show you another variation. So we've already seen this theorem print. I showed it to you before. But look now over to the left, I've arranged the mixing bowls and I put the placemat inside them for a little bit of vintage color and texture. And I think it looks really pretty that way as well. And again, goes well with all the other vintage pieces that I have on this shelf. So I think it's a nice variation on what is a more typical use for a beautiful vintage placemat. Okay, another thing I'm pretty sure I'm keeping, and if it seems like there's a lot of things I'm keeping, it's because, as I said earlier, the price point wasn't great for reselling purposes, but there were a lot of beautiful things that I thought I could find a space for in my house. And if I can't, I'll sell it. But I loved this. Now, this has antique photographs in it, which are lovely, but that's not why I bought this. I bought it because I loved the frame. I thought the frame was gorgeous. And eventually when Eric and I, meaning Eric, finishes the stairwell in the foyer, our plan is to put pictures, like old pictures of family members, kind of like an ancestor wall together going up the stairs. I've always done that in every house I've ever lived in, and I love the look of that. It makes me feel like I'm surrounded by like old friends and people watching over me. So as we do that, I'm not sure what frames are gonna fit, what frames aren't gonna fit, but I thought this could be a nice option. And if I use it for that purpose, I won't get rid of these photographs. I'll keep them behind the newer photographs that I put in them because these are really sweet and I wouldn't dream of throwing them out or anything like that, of course. The jury is still out on this one, but I'm probably gonna keep it because I love it. So it's this fabulous embroidered wall art. Now it's a little bit buckled, but I'm okay with that. I love the beautiful frame and the matting job is fabulous. And I could always bring this to a framer and have it smoothed out if it really bothers me, but it doesn't. I love the colors. I think they're really rich. It's just so beautiful. And having just put up a whole trellis system for roses, I really appreciate all of the florals around this beautiful house. So I'm thinking this might look really nice in the bedroom, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna have to try it out. I am really happy with this needlepoint piece in the bedroom. I think the colors are really nice and I like the frame as well. I think the size is good. It's all working for me, so this is its new home. I don't know what it was about this big apple print, but I thought it was really cool. I just loved the graphics that has just a cool old like vintage advertising feeling about it. So I thought this would be really fun in my booth space. So that's where it's headed. The back is not fancy, just kind of cobbled together back here, but I thought it was a really fun piece. I keep showing my lighting, sorry about that. So I picked that up, and then I did pick up a little bit of a project piece, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I found this really cool old eagle print that I liked a lot. This says bald eagle, Falco, Washington. Doesn't look like the bald eagle I know and love, but I thought it did have a nice majestic look. Eric and I love things with eagles. I've mentioned this on the channel before. Having grown up as very young children during the bicentennial, they were such a feature, and we think it just really reminds us of sort of early American colonial days. So I really like this. I do not like the frame, but I bought this frame. Now, if this has an old photograph in it, which again, I won't discard, I'll just keep it behind. but I thought this frame was really gorgeous. And I thought we could make this eagle fit into this frame and that would look beautiful. So whether that's something we can figure out on our own or whether we need a framer to assist us with that is yet to be seen. We'll probably try it on our own first, and if it doesn't work out, we'll take it to a framer. I have a few pieces that need to be reframed, so that's easily added to the mix. I thought I would try out this print underneath my kitchen shelves, and despite the glare, I think the colors are really fun, and I think it's an interesting piece, well worth picking up. I changed out the frame on this eagle print, and I was able to keep the original mat, which I really like. And I touched up the frame a little bit with some furniture polish because it had some dings and things. And I think it looks really nice here on the wall. So I'm glad I decided to take this, even though I disliked the frame. This project took me maybe 15 minutes, and that included changing the orientation of the hooks and back. So really well worth doing. And I think this is a handsome guy. I bought these two beautiful electrified candles with the little shade. Here's one. This one looks like it's shorter because it doesn't have its bulb in it. But I loved these. I thought these were so fabulous. I can think of many different places in my house where these will look really gorgeous. The plug is a little bit old looking, so I'll want Eric to just make sure that's okay before I electrocute myself. I have done that before, playing with old lamps. I don't recommend it. So I thought these were fabulous. Again, I can think of multiple places where these would look beautiful. I love that I can actually plug them in. I don't use real candles ever because of the cats, but I think electrified would work out really well. I was getting ready to show you how these candlesticks would look, but there seems to be a problem. Do you see there's like weird stuff in there? It's supposed to look, let me give you a comparison. It's supposed to look like the one on the left, but it looks like there's corrosion or some other weird thing happening on the right. And I'm not interested in getting electrocuted. So I'm gonna see if Eric can figure out what needs to happen. I do really love these, and I have several thoughts in mind for where they might go, but if I can't get a light bulb into them, then we're not getting too far, that's for sure. So I'll talk to Eric and I'll keep you posted. I found this huge hunting scene picture in a frame. I'm so sorry about my lighting all over the place. Here's a better look at the image. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna put this on the floor so we don't get this weird lighting. Hang on one second, let's do this better. Here's a better look at this hunting picture. I think we still have some glare, but not as much. So you can see this whole interesting scene. It's got a little quote. I love all of the action in this. I'm not a fan of fox hunting in terms of, scaring and hunting down little animals, but what appeals to me is the sense of tradition. It has a nice English country feel, which I like. The horses are beautiful, the beagles, the red jackets. It's just all very, very traditional, very historically interesting, and again, conveys a lot of action. So I really like this, and I have a specific spot in mind for it, so we're gonna have to try it out. This is the spot I had in mind for the hunting picture, right here over the switchboard in the library, and I do think it's pretty. I love the blue tones. I love the subject matter. It looks nice with the sign. It looks nice color-wise, but I think the image is just too small, and as a result, it's getting lost in the space. I'm just very aware of the library room sign, and I think the hunting picture gets lost. So although I love it, I think it's not quite right. And so regretfully, I'm gonna let this one go and sell it probably in my booth space. Okay, let's talk textiles. I found this fabulous tartan plaid blanket This is 100% wool. It's in really nice condition. It's a throw blanket, and it has a fabulous label. Let me find that for you. Oh, goodness gracious, where did, here it is. Okay, so this says Slingsby, Brantford brand, Hunting Stewart, all wool, genuine tartan. I believe that the Stewart is the pattern. So here it is. It's all wool, as I said. It's a beautiful color. This would be so very cozy in the right spot, in the right house. This would match my study pretty well. But goodness knows, I have enough throw blankets. So as much as I love this, I'm gonna sell it. I will list this on eBay. And I found this pretty needlepoint pillow. I thought this was great. It had really pretty colors. It's in nice condition. The back has a lot of fading. This is an old guy, but I really thought this had such a fabulous look. I love anything handmade. I love anything needle pointed. That always hits a soft spot with me. I picked up these tapestry, or sort of toile, I should say, pillows, these throw pillows. These are Waverly, and I think these are gonna be awesome in my kitchen on the window seat. So what I'm gonna do is not what I recommend you ever do. Don't do this. Please don't ever say I said to do this. But what I am gonna do is throw these in my washing machine. They were $5 for the pair. They don't come off at all. I'm throwing them in the washing machine. If they make it, they make it. And if they don't, they don't. But I think they will. Stay tuned to find out. Here is the Waverly label right down here. I find Waverly makes really, really pretty things, and I think this will be perfect in my kitchen. I should never style things for this video because it just makes me get that much more attached. Look how pretty this plaid blanket looks with my hunting needlepoint pillow. And this is the foyer that's still under renovation, but I have lots of hunting prints in this room. And I think the plaid blanket really goes nicely with it. That said, I'm going to sell it. Oh my goodness, I will be so happy when this project is over. I'm sick of looking at power tools. But I think Licorice is happy either way. She doesn't mind a renovation. She's just glad to hang out with me. She's a good girl. This needlepoint pillow looks really pretty on my blue chair. I think it pulls lots of the blue tones out of this chair and also brings in some other really happy and fun spring colors. I am not loving the look of these pillows on the window seat. I think they're just the wrong size. I think one long pillow would be better than two square ones. And I don't think it's the orientation, even if I put them like right together. I don't like that either. And if I put them to the side, I don't like that either. I think it just interferes maybe with the shutters. I don't know, what do you think? I think it's better with nothing at all. Maybe sometimes it's better to just leave good enough alone. But I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments, yay or nay to the pillows. My last textile pickup is this beautiful Faribault wool plaid throw, which I have sold before. It sold really well for me. It is tempting to keep it. This is really nice in terms of like the colors that go with my library. So very tempting, but again, I really do have a lot of throws. And the throw blanket I use in the library, I brought home from Scotland, and it's my family tartan pattern. So that one's really gonna be the keeper for me. But I think this is gorgeous and would be lovely for someone in need and who has these color schemes. Just want to show you the label. Here is the label on this. So I was excited when I found it, and it was in its original packaging, and it even has the original little insert that goes with it. So Faribault Woolen Mill. I think I'm saying that correctly. I hope I am. As I knew it would, this blanket looks fabulous on the chair in the library. It picks out all of the right colors. It really is such a nice blanket. I love the fringe on this especially. Licorice wants to lick it, but I won't let her. No worries. Check out how Licorice yawns and then Iris yawns right after her. It's very funny, and I'm so impressed that Licorice is sitting on the bed with the cats also on the bed, because that's kind of close for her. And as much as the cats love her, she pretty much just puts up with them. So this is real progress, and you could tell the cats are really enjoying the closeness, even if Licorice isn't sure. And Wilson's up here with us because Eric is doing a bunch of loud work in the foyer, and that makes Wilson really anxious. And he always feels better when he can be with his posse. So he's just kind of staying calm. Licorice doesn't care. So that was my thrifted haul. I think it was a successful day. I'm wondering, did you have a favorite item that I picked up? What do you think was my best score? I think I'm still gonna stick with this little box. I don't know, it just really captivates me. I love it when you find something that just sort of immediately steals your heart. I love lots of things, but there's not a lot of things I respond that strongly to. This was definitely one of them. So I'm excited to add it to my many and varied sprawling collections. Oh boy. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit like. Please consider sharing with a friend. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and have a fabulous day. See you next time.